I call to order the Coatesville Area School District School Board meeting scheduled for April 28th, 2026. The mission of the Coatesville Area School District, rich in diversity and committed to excellence, is to create innovative educational experiences which are funded by the taxpayers, supported by the community, delivered by dedicated teachers and administrators to ensure all students will become responsible, contributing global citizens. Madam Secretary, please call for the roll.
Leon Yacco.
Here.
Steve Wilson.
Here.
Bob Connect.
Here.
Beth Brindle.
Here.
Holly Charest.
Here.
Shauna Maxwell.
Here.
Liz Muirhead.
Here.
Robin Seagreaves.
Here.
Davis May.
Here.
Julia Trexler.
Here. At this time, I ask everyone to stand for a moment of silence and a salute to the flag.
States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
To my colleagues, are there any additions, deletions, or modifications to tonight's agenda? All right. Next is public comment. The board has requested, oh, there is no public comment. Fantastic. On to special report. I think Schrader Group is up first.
Okay, good evening. We're here with our quarterly report on the building projects throughout the district. And
Mr. Schrader, can you put your mic on?
There you go.
And we need the correct report up on the screen.
oh, yes.
Moonlighting is our superintendent and
Presentations, the wrong presentation. And we still have the superintendent's report. Thank you. How's that? Good. Okay, good evening. We're here for our quarterly report on your building projects throughout the district. I'm David Schrader. You will have Matt and Yanni speaking from ICS as well. As we mentioned at the last couple of times we presented this, you see a series of grayed out images here. Those are projects that have been completed as a result of this building campaign. The white lettered schools are the ones that are still in process, and you'll hear a little bit more about the North Brandywine project tonight. So the three projects that we'll describe tonight are North Brandywine, the new middle school, Doe Run Elementary, some great photos of that project, and finally a little bit of an update on Kings Highway Elementary School. So to start the process, Matt will speak about North Brandywine, and we'll move from there.
Great. Thanks, David. Thanks, everybody. Good to see you again. Just as a reminder, the North Brandywine Middle School, that was a two-phase project. We completed the first phase, which was an addition to bring the 8th grade back to that school. So that was completed last August, and we've been working through the design in order to get to where we are now, which is out to bid and awarding the bids. So I'm just going to give you a lot of numbers here, but essentially received the bids, but just wanted to go over a little bit of the history. So total budget for Phase 1 and 2 in North Brandywine was roughly the $103 million. The hard cost, which is really just the construction costs of the project, was roughly that $83.6 million. Soft costs are other professional services, building permit fees, and so forth that make up that other amount. So the first phase came in at $6.7 million, and the remaining budget being almost $77 million. So recently we received the bids like 2 weeks ago. The low bids came in at $74,456,000. So ultimately, that is under our anticipated hard cost budget of that 83 million, which is good. As I said, the soft costs are additional to that. We are looking at potential savings for that as well, but we won't really be able to realize that until closer to the end of the project. But we'll be working closely to track that. So today, at the end of this, we're just looking for the recommendation to award the low bid amounts for the 74 million. That will be 4 different prime contractors, one for general construction, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. So with that, I'll hand it over to Yanni here to talk about Doe Run and how it's doing.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'd just like to start off first with just really giving some praise to the contractors that are out there. They're working every day out there. If you drive by, you see not even anywhere room to park. Really working hard through all the conditions that have been presented from us, and just want to give them a little bit of praise. So a quick construction update. I'm going to start first with the site work. Big milestone for us. Last week, we started the water main extension service. That's going to bring water to the school. We put in about 300 linear feet of pipe over the last week and a half. Another major milestone was the storm water system. We were able to complete the loop that goes around the building and be able to collect all the water that's coming off the roofs. This way the site stays nice and dry. Athletic fields, last week they were out there with the bulldozers grading the athletic fields, getting them to grade, getting them ready for the spring side so we can plant grass. Landscaping is also underway, so you can see out there that every day new trees, new shrubs are going in as the site progresses and it allows it. This week we started the parking lot out front. It is going to be in 4 phases, so we started phase 1. So as you see out there and as you pass over the next few weeks, you will see the parking lot starting to go in, curbs starting to go in, sidewalks starting to go in, and the facade developing as well. Here are a couple pictures, so I'll work from left to right. So the left one, it is a field. You can see that they're grading it. The middle picture is the water main extension. As you can see there, we're going about 4 feet below grade to put a 12-inch iron pipe that goes in there that will provide water for the school. And then a picture all the way to the right was his landscaping that's going in. Okay, so for those that really don't know the building very well, the best way I can kind of describe it to most people who haven't been out there is just look at your hand. Area A being your palm, which is the administration area, the main lobby, nursing, psychological services, media, STEAM. Beautiful, beautiful entrance to the building. Mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. Our rough-in installations for overhead are just about wrapping up. We figure in about a week and a half we'll be able to have our overhead inspections so we could start closing the ceilings. Painting and the installation, as I said, the installation of the ceiling grid has been ongoing, and light fixtures are starting to go in. Terrazzo started today, which is a big milestone as well. Terrazzo will be going on for the next 8 weeks on site, as well as ceramic tile in the bathrooms and in the hallways. Millwork, so it's cabinetry and casework has been going on since last week, so that's going into all the classrooms as well in the administration areas. And if you again, on the outside of Area A, as you drive by, especially as you pass each day, you'll see the facade progressing with the beautiful stone that's out there, the composite wood finish, and the metal panels, which are in fabrication, which will start in the next 2 weeks. Another major milestone for Area A was all the rooftop equipment was picked with a crane and has been landed, and they're piping and ducting to those things as well right now. So again, working from left to right, as you can see, that is the main entrance to the school. As you can see there as it's progressing. The middle one is casework in the administration area, and all the way to the right is one of our multi-stall bathrooms. So you can see the tile going in as well. Area B, so again, I make the reference to the hand. A is the palm, B is one of your fingers, and so B, C, and D are the classroom pods. So again, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing are wrapping up on their overhead production, looking to get overhead inspections within the next week and a half. Painting, ceiling grid, light fixtures are also ongoing in Area B as well. Casework is going into the classrooms, and the facade continues to develop Another key milestone there too as well is that we started the metal roof in Area B. So you'll start seeing that metal roof starting to go up as well and really give character to the building. So, working again left to right, the learning commons over there, as you can see, we've painted the ceilings. That will be an exposed ceiling in the learning commons. There are some clouds that will be incorporated to it. The middle picture is a classroom. You can see the casework is starting to be installed, and the finished colors are starting to go in. And then all the way to my right, you can see the facade with the composite wood panels. Underneath the windows will be those metal panels that are in fabrication, as I discussed earlier. Moving on to Area C, which is another classroom pod as well. Same thing that's going on in B. We have workers all over the building, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. Rough-ins above head are wrapping up again, trying to get inspection in the next weeks and a half. Drywall here is just wrapping up. It's finishing, getting ready for paint. The painter started today in that area. Exterior facade is also progressing in Area C, just like Area B and Area A. And the stone veneer installation is underway. The guys are actually out there right now pointing all the stone. The grout colors were selected about a month ago, so that's also ongoing. So here's some pictures of Area C, again working left to right. So you see the learning pod here. Each learning pod, depending on the classroom, has a different color. So you can see this one is a bluish color. In the middle there, you can see the cladding systems going in. So that's the cladding system that goes in first before the siding goes up. And then all the way on the right, you can see the beautiful glass curtain wall systems that are in there. That on the inside of those learning columns that you can see all the way to the left. So you can see how the facade is progressing as well. So it's really looking sharp. So Area D, which is another classroom pod. Again here, mechanical, electric, plumbing, above head is ongoing, wrapping up in the next week and a half. So this way we can really close those ceilings up. Drywall installation did complete this weekend, so we're out of the drywall business. So all the drywall on the job has been installed. They're moving on to finishing the drywall now this week. Same with the outside. The exterior is progressing. So we actually have crews on every different area working on the facade at the same time, so this way we can meet our timeline. And then a significant milestone with Area D is we did put our last piece of glass in. So we are completely enclosed in Area D. All the roofs are weather tight, so we're not getting any water in the building, which allows us to progress with the finishes on the inside of the building. The only thing that's left to do is that metal seam roof, which is just an aesthetic feature, but also obviously provides that 50-year warranty for the roof. Area E, I reference more as like your thumb, right? So that is like the most important finger that you have on your hand. Without it, I don't know if you really could do anything without it, but that's where the heart of the mechanical is. That's where the mechanical room is. That's where the cafeteria is. That's where our gym is right now. So working in the mechanical room, trying to wrap everything up in there with all the installation of all the equipment. Framing has begun last week inside the kitchen. We're actually started putting up some drywall as well. Hope to wrap up drywall in the kitchen in the next 2 weeks so we can start progressing on with the finishes. Exterior cladding is ongoing. We just finished up all the waterproofing membranes that need to go in before we can actually put the veneer on the building. As you drive by, you can see at the future bus loop, you can see the stone is actually going in those areas as well right now. The gymnasium is in progress. Big milestone for us last week is that we did get dry. We did put that roofing membrane in, so we don't have any infiltration of any water in the building, so now we can really transition into finishes in those areas as well. HVAC equipment, we actually picked our last pieces of equipment as well last week, so all the equipment is set on all the roofs throughout the building, so now it's just a matter of connecting them and starting them up and running them for the building. So, I didn't go over areas. I apologize, I didn't click the picture over. So going back to D, as you can see here, we're wrapping up drywall finishes, wrapped up the window installation in the middle picture, and the stone veneer and the cladding is going on in Area D as well. Area E on the left over there is the mechanical room. As you can see, all the equipment that's being installed. The kitchen framing ongoing in the middle picture, and the gymnasium, as you can see here all the way on the right. All those openings there will be glass, so those were measured last week, and they're in fabrication right now. That's my update. Transition over to Kings, to David.
Okay, so just a little brief information on Kings Highway as we go. You'll remember that this project is a renovation of the interior of the building, slight expansion of the main office and security vestibule, and this installation of a new drop-off canopy in the front. We're also expanding parking and site circulation as we go. We're at the point where we're in the West Calhoun Township, and we are also in the County Conservation District for approvals. We've been having things like traffic discussions, work on the septic replacement as part of that, connecting the water to the building, and then the most recent request from the township is a fire lane partially around the building, so we're finalizing those conversations. The intent being to bid the project in fall of 2026 with possible construction start 26, 27, the winter time, depending on how we get through all of the township approvals. So that's about where we are with that. Yanni, I think you want to wrap up just with the modular discussion.
Yeah, just a quick update on the modulars. As David had mentioned, that we are targeting fall of 2026 to go out to bid. This summer, we are going to be installing 2 pairs of modulars. The first set of modulars were discussed last year and were approved. The district has since requested another set of modulars, so we're working on that as well. But start installing the modulars at the end of the school year, and they'll be ready for the new school year coming in September. That's all we have. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
To my colleagues, do you have any questions at all? Nope, I think we're good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think next up is Delaware Valley Science Fair Awards.
Yes, can I have Ms. Mancinelli come up to the microphone? While she's coming up, I just want to recognize that at this time we are going to honor 2 students and recognize 2 students who were part of the Delaware Valley Science Fair. And Ms. Mancinelli is going to give some perspective to it, and then we're going to bring those 2 students up and congratulate them.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to be here tonight to recognize 2 outstanding scholars here in the Coatesville Area School District. And I'm going to give you a little bit of background information as well. Yep. I think we all know that innovation in science and STEM fields is very critical. And so the future leaders in these fields are the sort of students that we are recognizing here tonight. As part of their journey through the science fair process, they demonstrated creativity, enthusiasm, interest in research, as well as strengths in communication, data analysis, and presentation. So to really succeed in a research competition, the students had to demonstrate certain character traits as well. And really key to those were innovation, as I said earlier, reflection, and also perseverance. So the pathway they followed was we started here at Coatesville with our district fair. They started in their buildings and then went up to present at the district showcase. From there, students were then selected to move on to the Chester County Science Research Competition. And there's 2 fairs, a 4th and 5th grade fair, and then a 6th through 8th grade fair. Based on how they performed at the Chester County Fair, they were invited to move on to the Delaware Valley Science Fair. And so tonight we're celebrating 2 students who followed that pathway and actually demonstrated great success at that top level as well at Delaware Valley. So the Delaware Valley Science Fair includes 900 to 1,000 participants, and they are in grades 6 through 12, made up of school districts from Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. The Chester County Research Competition, which preceded that, had approximately 370 students, and again, it's divided into a 4-5 fair and then a 6 through 12 fair. So tonight, I'd like to recognize first Ms. Harlow Stover. Harlow, do you want to stand up? Harlow is currently a 9th grade student. I've had the pleasure of knowing Harlow since she was in kindergarten with me at Rainbow Elementary. And I think back then we knew that Harlow was going to be a rising star. So Harlow achieved a 1st place recognition in behavior and social science at the Chester County Research Science Competition. Then she moved on and achieved 3rd place in behavioral and health sciences at the Delaware Valley Science Fair. A little fun fact also about Harlow is that she is one of 2 students in our Chief Science Officer program. That's a program that has students from all over the county and beyond. And the goal of that program is to empower students in STEM to be advocates for student voice and innovation, as well as leaders in their community. So Harlow's been a part of that program for several years now, back starting, I think it was 7th grade. Is that right, Harlow? And so she's continuing forward. So I'd like to say congratulations and thank you to Harlow for her hard work. And I should point out, I wanted to say, so that you know, that the project that Harlow completed was entitled Mahjong and Short-Term Memory. So again, something that's very interesting to all of us as we move forward. Congratulations, Harlow. And next, I'd like to recognize one of our 12th grade students, George Simeone. George, please come forward. I had the pleasure of just meeting George this year at the district showcase, where he presented his project and really wowed the judges there. Again, a very interesting topic and one that should hit home to some degree with everyone, and that was an investigation of bacterial contamination of cellular phones. So that was the topic. At the Chester County Science Research Competition, George earned first place in microbiology. From there, he moved on to the Delaware Valley Science Fair, where he earned second place, again, in the category of microbiology. The fun fact that I can share about George is that he has been accepted and will be attending Penn State University, where he's going to study immunology. I just want to say thank you. We know, we can envision that there's going to be many more opportunities and successes for both Harlow and George moving forward. And just one last thing, I do also like to give a shout out to the teachers who support these students. Their science teachers are part of the process, and then as well, so that would be Mrs. Day, who teaches biology to Harlow. And then Dr. Krasowski is George's teacher. She also served as the coordinator for George, and Ms. Cool at the intermediate high was the coordinator for Harlow, and they spent a lot of time. It's a lot of extra hours going into uploading the students' presentations and making sure everything is just right for Chester County. So shout out to the teachers as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mancinelli. For the next student recognition and just a little bit learning for our own district in regards to what some of our students are involved with at the intermediate and high school, there is a program called Link. And I remember it was like 2 years ago, I met with Mr. Galanka and just telling me a little bit about the Link program and how amazing it sounded. And I just know that they went on a trip this year, a retreat over 3 weekends ago. And just the amazing time they had. I'm going to just read what the link is, but then I'm going to hand it over to Ms. Herman and Ms. Galanka, along with the students, to tell more about the program. So LINK stands for Leaders Involved in Networking Kids. It was founded in 1995. It's a peer leadership organization dedicated to breaking down social barriers and fostering a culture of respect, tolerance, and empathy. Through our student-led retreats, LINK provides students with the links they need to form as a massive support system of peers and faculty. So that's the overall general gist of LINK. And now I'm going to turn it over, if Mr. Galanka and Ms. Herman, you want to go up to the mic and just share a little bit more about the program and about what the kids did. And I don't know if you want to have couple of the kids share a little bit. You probably have it down.
So Debbie and I weren't actually planning on saying anything at this present moment. We were actually just going to leave it on them. This is Aubrey.
Is it on?
Let me introduce him and then I'm going to walk away.
The presentation link needs to come up.
There was a presentation? Who does that?
Yes, it was sent earlier. by Morgan Green. Okay, we're okay without it.
Ms. Hartman, did you copy me on it at all? Did you
No, I
know?
just sent it to
Just as Morgan? I'm sorry.
No, that's okay, it's not a
We-
problem. We can go
Oh,
without it.
you have a copy of it?
It's just a couple of pictures.
While you're doing that, I'm going to introduce Aubrey, Julius, Amare, and Adriana. Julius and Adriana actually came on the trip when I was at TCHS, and when I came over to Coatesville, we recruited a couple other students. Let me know how much time I need to kill before it comes up. And they were so empowered at their time when we were at TCHS that we decided to do what we can to bring it to the Coatesville community. There you go. Look at that. So what you see here is the big picture is the large group picture that we take at the end. And I'm just going to stop. I'm going to let the kids talk. All right, Aubrey.
Hi, I'm just, okay, like this? Okay. LINK does stand for Leaders Involved Networking Kids. I feel like LINK means to me, I came from Downingtown East. I went there my whole life in Downingtown. I went to LMS Downingtown East. And in 2023, I got recommended to go on LINK for my first year, and I just loved it so much. And not unfortunately, but it happened very, very, very quickly. I had to move because of a certain situation to Coatesville, and I decided to make a positive light out of that situation. And I talked to Ms. Herman, and I was like, hey, is there a club here? I really want to start this club. So I got it going, and I feel like LINK is a place where kids can come together, learn who their peers are deep down inside, and not have to see them for maybe what they're portrayed as, and learn them for who they are as people. And I feel like we all have like the same experience, and I'm just so glad I got to go with them. And I'm so glad I get to continue having this for other grades after me.
Hi, I'm Julius Beard, and I went on this trip in 2023 for the first time, and I was in 10th grade. He told me like just to come on this trip. I didn't know what it was or anything. And I did it because I knew I was missing school, so that's the main reason I did it. And I went on this trip not expecting anything, but what I did notice, something I noticed by my peers was just how they are doing things that they probably wouldn't ever do if there was just them. They're surrounded by like a great group of people, like you're trusting people just in such a short amount of time. And like learning so much and stepping out your comfort zone, like that's the main thing. And yeah, that's what I got.
LINK to me is about taking people away from reality. I seen the effect in people on this trip that changed the view on them and the way that they act. I've seen some, I'm not going to say their name, but someone stuck out where their whole demeanor changed because of this experience. And I think in the community, everybody needs that. Everybody needs that break. So LINK is that. LINK is that experience, and everybody should have this opportunity at least to go once or to hear about it and want to bring it somewhere else.
I think how LINK made an impact on me is that I saw myself being more open and outgoing at school, and I was more willing to step out of my small group and just get to know a bunch more people and kind of move past what people are seen for, or like kind of how people create stereotypes you just kind of have to get to know the person more. And I feel like that also changed a lot with me. Like I don't hold back as much anymore, and I'm more willing to show myself because I'm not afraid that people will judge me as much.
I have one more thing to say. Sorry. I think that what you realize at Link is that everybody goes through something. And you build a community there that has that support, and you find someone that you can talk to that will always be there for you. And you might not have thought that they would be that person, but then they become that person. And having that person in your corner makes a huge difference in your life. So, yeah.
Sorry. Same thing when Amari said. I just want to add, sorry. I just want to add to that. I mean, I feel like Link is such like a powerful experience. And as much as I want to bring like the whole Coatesville Senior High School, like I just want to get them all together and just bring them. But to be honored, but to be recommended to go is such a extreme honor that I don't even think some of us realize until we get on that bus and then we get back on the bus to go home, we realize like how much we have changed. And same thing when Amari said, I feel like everybody has their own problems, everybody has their own struggles, but the kids in our school and our peers around us, we could walk by them every single day and wouldn't even notice a person holding open a door. And that person that Amari's talking about, she has been able to open up herself. Her hair has came out her face. She has been smiling. It's just like the little things that we see, and it makes me like extremely proud to be the start of that and extremely proud to lead that on to other kids. So I feel like even if you didn't hear much from this presentation, just know that like Link is an extreme honor to be a part of, and everybody comes back in a different way, and we all go through stuff, but it's so interesting to see how much we have in like with the people that we walk by every single day.
I think just to close it out, what I get out of Link and what I got out when I went on my first trip and what I see right here is just that. What the kids come out of is with an injection of confidence in whatever that next thing may be. They come back with, okay, I can go to college, or okay, I can go to the trade school, or okay, I can give a graduation speech, or at least try to, or okay, I can take a class I wasn't ready for, because they have that base of support that everybody needs. And whether they get it at home or at school or in the community, they now know that they have it. And sometimes it's their peers, and oftentimes it's also other teachers and adults. And when just having that in your background, in your pocket, is what really makes the true difference for this program and what I see going forward for Coatesville.
Mr. Glonka, did we recognize all the students you have here? I just want to make sure.
All right, so Aubrey, Julius, Amari, and Adriana are the ones who spoke, but as a testament to the fact that they were like, hey, we're going to the board meeting and we're a little nervous, and Nick, Connor, Trey, and Caden were like, we'll come support you, just to be there, and that's a part of it. I would honestly say I don't even know if these students knew each other passing them in the hallways before this trip, and now when they pass each other in the hallway, it's different. It's a high five, it's a hello, it's a checking in, it's how you doing. And this is just a testament to it. I didn't even know they were coming. I was like, all right, that was awesome.
That's awesome. So thank you guys, thank you all. All right, such good stuff going on, I love it. Our next presentation is from the Coatesville Robotics Club, which I think I saw them in the back somewhere. Yeah. No, this is great. My superintendent's report is going to be super short tonight because we're recognizing everyone now. This is awesome. Yeah. You need to be part of that. You're not part of the demo? Coach Andy, will you be describing what's going on at the microphone when?
Actually, I'm going to let the students do most of it.
Okay. Perfect.
You guys have been protected. Sit over here. Everybody take a seat down.
Hello.
Do you want to turn this around so people can see it? That's fine.
We'll leave it the way.
All right, that's fine.
Well, thank you for having us here today. Mrs. Warren Ward, Mr. Hughes, and I would like to thank you, the Board of Education, for recognizing these outstanding students from the Robotics Club who have been so successful this year. These teams have, two teams made it to state finals this year. We've won awards we've never won before at competitions. Their presentation skills are beyond mine. They're doing great. These students have taught themselves three-dimensional drawing and then had the drawing sent out, had parts laser cut, or printed the parts in our shop, in our lab. They've taught themselves Java programming. We're no longer using blocks now, so they moved up. And we just came from one now. We do a lot of outreaches where we represent Coatesville at all sorts of events. We were just at a preschool a preschool that has mostly 4- and 5-year-olds that are trying to figure out where they want to go to school. Hopefully Coatesville. Hopefully we did something to help that made them think about that. No matter where we go, these students show the Coatesville spirit and excellence. It's quite impressive. I think a bunch of the board members have been to our event. I know Dr. Dyshek has, Liz went to one of our events that are at the high school this year. So anyway, part of what we do at the Robotics Club is it's robotics and engineering and programming and all that, but a big part of it is getting the students out of their comfort zone to learn how to present, learn how to talk in front of other people. So tonight, instead of listening to me, I'm going to introduce you to Liam, our president, and Julia, our vice president. Julia here? Why don't you guys come up? Do a little, and they're going to give a recognition to each team member, and they'll stand, and you guys give them a little clap.
All right, sweet. Hi, my name's Liam. I'm the president of the Robotics Club, and I'm also the captain of our team, team Raiderbot Squared. I'll be touching a little bit on about our achievements this season. Our biggest achievement, I'd say, is we've updated our design process. So this involves us 3D modeling all of our parts and custom CNC machining them and 3D printing them out in our very own robotics lab, where, as you can see on the field, our robot is nearly all custom and specific parts tailored to what we need. So this improved our CAD and engineering abilities and also improved our game plan, which allowed us to win the Finalist Alliance Captain Award, which is essentially in the tournament part of our competition's second place. I'd now like to call on Julia, who will tell you a little bit more about what we do in the club.
Hello, my name is Julia Trexler, and I'm the Vice President of the Robotics Club here at Coatesville. I would like to start off by saying how proud I am of all 3 of our teams this season and how grateful we all are for our mentors and coaches for guiding us through this season. So what makes robotics so amazing is how applicable it is to the real world. It goes far beyond just building a robot. We learn how to work as a team, brainstorm, and solve all sorts of problems, whether that be robot-related or even like team-related. We also participate in outreach events like Coach Andy mentioned and connect with industry professionals, which expose us to possible career paths and real-world experiences. So we thank you all for having us here tonight, and do you want to recognize the people?
Now, when I call on your name, would you please stand up? Taylor Davis, Jack Zambuto, Jason O'Neill, David Madera, Julia Trexler, and Joshua Cup. You may be seated. Thank you. I'd now like to call on our other captain, Wyatt Soden, who will tell you a little bit about what his team did this season.
Hello, my name is Wyatt Soden, and I am captain of Team 13669 Raiderbots. This is my co-captain, Dresden. Our biggest accomplishment this year was winning the Design Award. The Design Award celebrates an understanding of industrial design principles, striking a balance between form, function, and aesthetics to meet the needs of the season's challenge. I would like to recognize my teammates from Team 13669. Please stand when your name is called. Bridget Churches, Ben Kozlowski, Jeremy Jorez, Noah Mitchell, and Evie Castro. Thank you, and I would like to turn it over to my fellow team captain, Davis May.
Good evening, everyone. Let me try to make this quick. I know you all want to go home. Evening. As team leader of Team 27132, Raiderbots Cubed, I have seen firsthand how STEM has made impacts in the lives of students across Coatesville. I'd like to take a moment to highlight the impact of First Tech Challenge robotics and why it truly does wonders for students like me. FTC is more than just building robots. It's where we can learn how to think critically, solve real-world problems, and work as a team under intense pressure. Many STEM programs across the nation often require students to fork over hundreds of dollars in order to participate. However, the coaches of Raiderbots allow anyone to be welcomed into our team for free. Our students have recorded over 200 hours of outreach this season, and we have continued to spread FIRST values across our community. Last season, we had secured a $5,000 grant from Google to help fund our team. And moreover, this year, our team made history through this program. We were honored to receive 3 awards first in Coatesville history, including the Outreach Award and the Innovate Award twice, recognizing both our impact in the community and in our engineering design. FTC and Raiderbots has given us the platform to grow, lead, and succeed, and we're proud to represent that here today. And thanks to our coaches, we have access to it all for free. Today, I'd like to recognize all members of my team. To those of you who could make it today, please stand when your name is called. Jamila Muhammad, who is next to me, she was our sustainability organizer, outreach coordinator. Chloe Rupert, one of the team's lead engineers. Makai Glover, who assisted in engineering and speeches preparation. Sydney Kamer, our lead of outreach. Phoebe Wilson, our only programmer who coded the entire robot. Amory Flamer, a designer and engineer. And last but not least, Robert Baker, one of our freshmen who specializes in computer-aided drafting. To all of you, it was an honor to serve as your captain, and I know you'll become greater and brighter students and adults. Thank you.
So we'll make this quick. They wanted to give you a quick demo of what they built this year. This year, each student, they almost put in 500 hours apiece building these robots. And it's a lot of time. We started September, and we just are finishing up now. Hey, guys, want to go up there real quick and show them? Grab your things. 2 seconds. Each of these robots do the same meets the same requirements as far as games, what it does, but you'll notice each design is totally different. They all looked at the problem and came up with different results, but it all accomplishes the same task. It's pretty impressive for 3 different teams at the same location to come up with 3 different robots.
If any of you in the audience want to come up and look around, please do.
If anybody wants to drive a robot. And if anybody wants to join robotics next year, come see us in September. We're always looking for new talent.
When do they shoot fire?
We're not allowed to do that. No flames. They take all the fun out of it.
We're not going to need each one. Just give them certificates. We're not doing that.
Thank you, guys. You guys did amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I do have to say, and I know Liz was there the one day and I was the next day, and my 10-year-old daughter, it's just mesmerizing. You watch the 3 arenas of all that, and she didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave. You just kept watching each team and each competition. So thank you for coming out and sharing this experience with us.
I saw the Schrader group taking some notes for future recruiting over there.
That concludes our presentations. Dr. Barczyk, it's on you now. Oh, it is? Dang it, okay. All right. What? Oh, before his? Okay, all right, sorry about that. May I have a motion to approve the February 24th, 2026 school board minutes as well as April 14th special board meeting, subject to any additions, deletions, modifications, or clarifications?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions, comments, or discussion? Madam Secretary, please call for the vote.
Beth Brindle?
Yes.
Liz Muirhead?
Yes.
Bob Connect?
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves?
Yes.
Shauna Maxwell?
Yes.
Holly Charess?
Yes.
Steve Wilson?
Yes.
Leon Yako?
Yes.
Motion approved.
All right, executive session statement. Mr. Barbetta?
The board met in executive session just prior to this evening's meeting to discuss the following items. 2 matters of litigation docketed as follows: 2024-06456-TT in the Chester County Court of Common Pleas, 2025-09248-IR, also in the Chester County Court of Common Pleas, as well as a potential matter of litigation, confidential personnel matters, items related to labor relations and collective bargaining, confidential student matters, and matters protected by the attorney-client privilege for which the solicitor was present to provide legal advice. And that concludes this evening's executive session announcement.
Thank you. Next up is student representatives report. Who's starting?
I'm starting.
All right.
Good evening. I would first like to remind students to email Mrs. Brown by Friday, May 1st if you wish to have your official college and/or post-secondary plans recognized by our school. Send in your acceptance letter, job offer, military enlistment, or trade school acceptance to brownam@casdschools.org. Additionally, make sure you send any scholarship or award information to Mrs. Brown for inclusion in our commencement program, as the deadline is also this Friday.
The application process for the Chester County Youth Leadership Program has begun. This offers students in grades 10 through 12 a year-long experience focused on career readiness and leadership development. Through several program days, students connect with industry professionals, they build networks, and develop both professional and soft skills that prepare them for future careers.
Additionally, current juniors have the opportunity to become CADY, maybe CADY, social ambassadors. This program allows students to gain real-world experience working with a national brand, creating content, and developing marketing skills, while also receiving professional senior portrait benefits. The application deadline is also this Friday, May 1st. A lot of deadlines on Friday.
And up next, our Cash Paint and Patch Drama Club put on their production of Mean Girls Jr. With the guidance of directors Dr. Murray and Mrs. Kashanas, the cast and crew were able to put on day performances for Scott Middle School and for Cash classes, as well as 2 public evening performances Friday, April 17th and Saturday, April 18th, marking the final production for the 25-26 school year. Congrats to all those involved on some amazing productions.
Moving on, for the second time this school year, students and staff were given the opportunity to donate blood and help save lives. Partnered with the Leo Club, the American Red Cross collected donations of blood in our local gymnasium. Students in Leo Club also assisted in getting students signed up, checked in to donate, and made sure they were safe to go back to class after making their donations. Thank you to all of those who participated.
This April 11th and 12th, some students had the opportunity to view a newly unearthed cannon from the French and Pickering Creeks Conservation Trust. This cannon was made right here in Pennsylvania from the Warwick Furnace in 1776. Students were given a detailed presentation on the history of the cannon and the roles that they played in shaping our early nation. Students were also allowed to have a photo opportunity with the 4,500-pound cannon.
This past weekend on Saturday, April 25th, the senior high school hosted the class of 2027's junior prom. It was a night filled with laughter, friends, and dancing that many students will remember. There was even a photo booth that was a real success. I would know because I used it. Amazing job to the junior class cabinet for organizing an inclusive and fun night for all to enjoy.
On March 30th and 31st, students were able to register to vote in the May 19th PA primary election. In partnership with the New Pennsylvania Project, students were given insight on the registration process, the rules for registration, and the eligibility requirements. Thank you to, and I'm so sorry if I mispronounced this, Dyneko Gibson for giving our students this opportunity, and shout out to the students Caleb Vellante, Gloria Cassett, and Alexander Eugene for volunteering to help register classmates.
Additionally, I'd like to invite everyone to our vocal and orchestra spring concert this Friday, May 1st at 7 p.m. in the Cash Auditorium. The students have been working hard, and it's a great chance to see their talent and dedication on display. We hope you'll come out and support them. And finally, this month was the annual 4-way Rotary Speech Contest, with students Rakia, Davis May, and Olivia Walter participating by giving 5 to 7 minute speeches on any topic of their choice. Madeline and Davis advanced to the next round of the competition, so good luck to those students. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Davis. Everybody on all the achievements. That's a lot going on. And I'm going to shorten our meeting because my superintendent's report covers almost absolutely everything. So I am not going to, delay anyone's time getting home tonight. But I will post this as part of our Red Raider review tomorrow morning as part of our update to the community. Just a couple important dates. May 12th will be committee meetings here in the Learning Center at 6 p.m. and our regular school board meeting on May 26th at 6 p.m. here in the Learning Center.
Great. That brings us to motion items, adoption of consent agenda. Committee meeting action items considered routine will be enacted under one motion unless removed for separate action upon board request. The purpose of the consolidated motion is to expedite governing board action in all consent items, which are not held for discussion. Items that have been held for discussion by the governing board will be enacted upon at the time the item is discussed. I will be pulling from finance letter A and double H. Okay. Education.
Just real quickly, we have to also pull the IU budget and vote on that separately.
What letter is that?
Letter B and C.
B and C.
We need a roll call vote for those?
Yes.
Okay. A, B, C, and double H.
Got it.
For finance. All right. I'm pulling N. Good, I got it right. N for education, and I don't have anything for operation or policy at this moment, but to my colleagues, are there any other items we'd like to pull this evening from consent agenda? All right, seeing none, with those items removed, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions, comment, or discussion? Madam Secretary, please call for the vote.
Shauna Maxwell.
Yes.
Lear Nyako.
Yes.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves.
Yes.
Bob Connect.
Yes.
Beth Brindle.
Yes.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Holly Charess.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Okay. Finance Committee items that were held from consent, starting with letter A. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the financial statements and bills payables list as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any questions or comments on this item? Okay, seeing none, call for the vote.
Holly Charess.
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves.
Yes.
Bob Connect.
Yes.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Lear Nyako.
Yes.
Shauna Maxwell.
Yes.
Beth Brindle.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Okay, moving on to letter B, approval of the 2026-2027 Chester County Intermediate Unit Core Services Budget. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Okay. I'll note there have been no changes to this since it was discussed at committee. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the 2026-2027 Chester County Intermediate Unit Core Services Budget in the amount of $50,180,724, of which the Coatesville Area School District's projected contribution is $47,493 as presented. Any questions or comments on this item? Okay, call for the vote.
Bob Connect.
Yes.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Shauna Maxwell.
Yes.
Holly Charess.
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves.
Yes.
Beth Brindle.
Yes.
Lear Nyako.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Okay, moving on to letter C, approval of the 2026-2027 Chester County Intermediate Unit Occupational Education Budget in the amount of $34,574,320, of which the Coatesville Area School District's contribution is $4,808,256 as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Okay. I'll note that this budget, 4.8 million, is about a $446,000 increase over the prior budget of 4.3 million. The majority of that increase is due to an increase in enrollment for career and technical education, not because of escalations in costs from the CCIU. Any questions or comments on this item? Okay, seeing none, call for the vote.
Steve Wilson,
Yes.
Shauna Maxwell,
Yes.
Leon Yacco,
Yes.
Bob Connect,
Yes.
Beth Brindle,
Yes.
Holly Charess,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Liz Muirhead.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Okay, letter HH, the Human Resources Report, recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the resignations, appointments, new positions, leaves of absence, transfers, changes of status, and corrections as presented. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. As a note, this is a different HR report from the one that we reviewed at committee because that one was passed through that night. So there's an additional round of retirements notified on this one, as well as 4 other non-retirement related resignations or terminations. We will, of course, recognize all of our retiring staff shortly. Is that next? When is that coming?
The end of May.
End of May. Great. Okay. Any questions or comments on this item? Okay. Call for the vote?
Liz Muirhead,
Yes.
Shauna Maxwell,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Bob Connect,
Yes.
Beth Brindle,
Yes.
Leon Yacco,
Yes.
Holly Charess,
Yes.
Steve Wilson.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Okay, that includes the Finance Committee portion.
I guess that leaves the education. We just have letter N. It's the only thing that was pulled, and the recommended action is that the Board of School Directors approve Dr. Wayne Wallace as Assistant Principal on assignment at Scott Middle School for the remainder of this year through the Chester County Intermediate Unit at a daily rate of $562.50 and an hourly rate of $75 as presented. And we were able to get a slight discount. So, but we really needed someone, and we thank him for stepping up. And are there any questions? No? Motion?
Motion.
Second.
Can you call for the vote? Maybe?
Leon Yacco,
Yes.
Holly Charess,
Yes.
Shauna Maxwell,
Yes.
Steve Wilson,
Yes.
Beth Brindle,
Yes.
Robin Seagreaves,
Yes.
Liz Muirhead,
Yes.
Bob Connect.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Okay, that brings us to public comment. All right, at this time, the board will hear public comment on matters of public concern. Please list your name, address, phone number, and topic on the sheet provided. There is a 3-minute time per person. First up, Mary Ann.
That's me. Cianci.
Thank you.
You want to try?
I didn't want to butcher it.
Okay, I'm a parent. I'm coming as a parent, okay? I have a few concerns about certain teachers where students are high sleeping in the back of the classroom on the floors. And instead of making them go down to the office, they let them sleep it off. I know this firsthand because I am a foster parent also. And I have my kids that come home and tell me, not about the other kids, tell on each other that this is going on in class. So, I mean, and then I was with the IEP meeting with one of my students, and one of the teachers turned around and in the IEP meeting turned around and said, he don't have to worry about it, he'll graduate with a 60. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, I'm the one playing mom. I'm not okay with a 60. Well, when he got out of that IEP meeting, my son went to my other son and said, I'm going to graduate, I'm going to walk, because the teacher said I got a 60 and that will make me walk. My son turned around and said, but was mom okay with that? And he was like, no, but they told me I was going to walk so I don't have to do no more work. Unacceptable. Very unacceptable. And I say this, Coatesville has a bad reputation, and I don't believe it's all the kids now that my kids are in Coatesville Area School District. I think it's some of the teachers also. Some of the faculty. I'm just stating facts. We have some good, I'm not gonna say we don't. I seen here today, and I have some principals that I love. But some of these teachers, I think they make Coatesville look bad also. Maybe not on the outside because they're not seeing it, all they're seeing is the kids. But I'm speaking as a parent, we have some bad teachers here. I'm gonna speak how I feel. We have some bad teachers here. And maybe we should go through and weed out the bad ones. And I know a lot of people don't want to come here and work for Coatesville. I like Coatesville. And if you're an active parent, usually you don't have no problems with your kids. But when you do not have the faculty backing you up, more or less throwing, he'll walk, or let him sleep it off, don't send him to the office. I'm the parent that's going to follow up. I follow up with the grades. I'm always on parent portal. I'm that parent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Ms. Larissa? Larissa. Kamer? Kammer? Yep. See, I butcher names.
Hi, so my name is Larissa Kammer. I'm a parent of 2 students in Coatesville area school, and a couple of things. I'm here to talk about cyber, but a couple of things really quick. First, I do want to say thank you for supporting the robotics club. My daughter's been in robotics for 2 years, and the amount of learning and education and camaraderie and just everything that comes out of that robotics club, what you saw tonight was truly what you see every single day, every single competition. So first I want to say thank you for supporting that. They truly are an amazing group of kids and coaches. I will say what I just heard was really concerning about kids being high sleeping in the classroom. I haven't seen that or witnessed that, but I do know Mary Ann, so I trust that to be true. And so that's very disappointing and very concerning. I can tell you that would not happen at the Coatesville Area Cyber Academy because that is where my kids do go. And that's essentially what I'm here to talk about tonight. So I did receive an email on March 31st that you will be closing the Cyber Academy, and that's very disappointing. As I arrived tonight, I understand, and if someone could confirm this, I would appreciate it. I understand that decision was made and voted on already, or are you voting on that tonight?
No, the new cyber program was voted on at the special board meeting.
When was that? Can you give me a date on that?
The 14th, yes, April 14th.
So that's already decided, voted on, and that's happening? Is that what you're telling me?
Correct.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a minute. Because when I received the communication on the 31st, we were told to come here tonight so that we could talk about that. Or that it would be voted on tonight. And so the fact that this school board has already voted on something and not given parents the meeting that was confirmed through an email, but voted on in a private session where you were not able to hear from us?
It was voted on in a public session in the public meeting.
In public session?
Yes.
Okay. Are the minutes for that posted? Because as I understand, the 14th was not a public session.
It was a public session, and the minutes will be posted. We just voted on them earlier in the meeting. They get posted after they're voted on.
So I think that what you need to understand is when things are voted on, you need to make sure that the communication comes to parents is accurate, because we were told that it was going to be voted on tonight. So some miscommunication. Somebody's going to have to take that back and understand it. If you already voted on it and it's done, I'm just going to express my disappointment in that. My kids have been going to cyber school. This is the 3rd year, and we've been so happy with that. And the teachers that are here tonight, I'm just going to say I'm sorry that we're a little late for our comments for that. I want to thank you all for everything that you have done for my kids because you are all fabulous. You really are. And I appreciate every single one of you and everything that you have done for them. And to the board, I really hope that you take care of this group of teachers because they are amazing and you do not want to lose amazing teachers in this school district. I believe that was my buzzer, so
Thank you.
I won't go further, but I'll see you at the next school board meeting.
Thank you. Next up is Drew Steiner.
I should be nervous to talk to you, but 4 of you I know well because I know your children, so I've had the privilege of working with them. So I just wrote down here, Steve, Liz, Lynn, and Beth, it's good to see you talking about public matters, because as a taxpayer, that's why I'm here. I don't have to talk to you about your children and their behavior. That parent knows who I'm talking about. And also, Tony, thank you for your support. I'm a taxpayer in the school district. I've taught it in the district for over 20 years. I do have a 20-year PIN, but I'm also taking this opportunity to speak on behalf of the Cyber Academy. As the parent just got up here and spoke, they did receive communication that in that communication it said, pending board approval, the April school board meeting on April 28th, that decision would happen tonight. So the teachers that are here, the parents that are here, there's a family that was here that left because they were so upset that they weren't going to have opportunity because public comments were just pushed aside. So there's families that were here. There's families that were present. We have students that showed up as well that wanted to address this. But I do want to thank those parents. Like I said, the parents that I know well, as I sat back there, I realized there's parents up there that I know care about their kids, and that's why you're in the school board. And Tony, I know you care, and I really appreciate all that you do for the Coatesville School District because you are involved. And you've seen what we do in the Cyber Academy. But I really want to say as a taxpayer, you're making, or well, apparently have made a terrible decision because this is going to be a huge, number one, as a taxpayer, financial impact on the school district. I gave a presentation 2 years ago with budgetary numbers that I have here that I printed out that I can hand to you about the money that we save the district. Because currently, according to the report, that presentation I gave you, 240 students do cyber charter schools. 240 students. And if you run the numbers, and I did, that's 55 IEPs and 168 regular ed kids. That's almost $5 million. Currently, in our program, the Coatesville Cyber Academy, which is above and beyond unique, we have, according to our numbers, now I don't know what data you were given, 205 active students. That's what we have according to our accelerate program that we work, that these teachers, that we have direct access to the data. Now, mind you, my colleagues that are here, we've been doing this program for 5 years. Now, pop quiz. Who did we do before we came to Coatesville? BVA. And I'm going to let you know in advance, as some of you are aware, what's going to happen, and we've already known this from students that we've spoken to. They are not going to do BVA. They are going to go to the cyber charter schools. And as some of you are already aware, those cyber charter schools are already marketing to those students. In our program, we have 47 IEPs. Once those kids leave, that's almost $2 million. We have 172 regular ed kids. That's over $2.5 million. So I apologize if you don't mind if I speak a little bit more. The parents that know me, I'm a passionate person. I love the kids. I care about the kids. But you have teachers here on their work night that came that thought they were going to have opportunity to speak. We've invested 5 years in this program, and we're just pushing it out the door. And I warn you now as a taxpayer, this is going to cost the district millions of dollars because we already know firsthand from families that were made aware through an email, mind you, the same day we were made aware as faculty, they're not doing BVA. We've gotten students back from cyber charter schools, brought them back to the district once they found out about our program and once they found out about us, teachers, that they could see on Zoom at any point during the day, do their program asynchronously. And the thing that's so unique, do your research, the drop-in center. So I really feel amiss for the families that left that were upset, that have been with us for years. We were told in a formal communication this would be voted on the 28th, and parents are upset. So I was told by my colleagues to reel it in. I'm going to reel it in. But again, thank you for your support. Thank you for listening. And again, I do want to say, Tony, you've got a big task here in Coatesville. I've been here for a long time. I really do appreciate all that you do. I know you got a lot to deal with, so thank you. Oh, and actually, one of our first students is up next.
Thank you. Jonathan? Say your last name.
Erdely.
Say it again.
Erdely. E-R-D-E-L.
Okay, thank you.
It's a lot more nervous up here than it was.
Take a breath. Take a breath. You're good.
No. When COVID happened, my parents discovered that Coatesville was starting a cyber academy, and they didn't want me in there. They wanted me in public school, and I didn't fit in the public school. I would get picked on. The teachers wouldn't connect with the students. If you had a low grade, they would just let you sink. And if you were putting in effort, they would just be like, oh, good, you're putting in effort. They wouldn't try and make the connections with the kids who were goofing off or the kids who had lower grades. And I started to stumble. I started to goof off, hang with the wrong crowd. But then I came here, and these teachers, even with that, didn't give up on me. I mean, last year, because I just graduated, 19 years old here, standing here, I would procrastinate on my work. I wouldn't want to do anything. But Mr. Hulick, Ms. Kay, every day, the last week of school, they would reach out and be like, no, you're getting this done because we made a promise to you that you're going to graduate. Constantly talking to my mom and giving her the state of mind that he's going to be okay, he's going to pass. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to retire at age 40 with the career that I am at right now. So this school, the students they have, it works. I'm standing here as proof that this is a program that needs to stay, that this program works, and that the students, if they were to go into the building, I fear for what probably will happen with them. They will probably not want that drive to be something in this world. So thank you.
Thank you. Informational items, I'm gonna ask Holly, do you want to give a legislative update?
Well, for the legislative update for this month, we had the legislative breakfast at the CCIU, and it was basically an opportunity for school board directors and members of local legislature to come together to talk about matters that were important to them. One of the things we spent a lot of time trying to advocate for was for fair funding for education. With the lack of fair funding that has really hurt Coatesville, and then when you add on top of it special education costs going to charter schools and cyber charter schools, it's really pushing us behind. So we are hoping that our comments, our words to our legislative representatives will be taken back to Harrisburg and will help with getting the fair funding that Coatesville is deserved. So, thank you.
Bob?
I am prepared.
Awesome.
The CCIU board met on April 15th at the CDC here, or down there in Callan. One of the interesting things of the night was Dr. Fiore recognized Joe Libitsky, who's the Director of Administrative Services. He received an award called the PASBO Gary E. Reeser Award at their 71st annual conference on March 25th. That is PASBO's highest award, and recognized Mr. Libitsky's hard work and dedication to school business throughout his career. And I think he's been with the IU for probably close to 30 years, if not longer. Just a couple things of note. The board approved contracts with districts for IU to provide services such as structured literacy, professional learning, PIMS and child accounting services, professional learning and coaching services, and private cloud services. We approved a grant agreement with the Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry, which will provide funding to support the launch of the Next Gen Healthcare Training Pre-Apprentice Program through a partnership with Drexel University. And we approved the 26-27 Marketplace Services budget and the 26-27 Marketplace Services pricing schedule. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Last informational item, unfortunately, we got a resignation from Donna Rowland, effective today. So we will be putting on our website the application process for that position.
And that's Region 1, right?
Region 1, yes, for Region 1, board member, direct, okay, yep. Board director, Region 1. So it should be on the website tomorrow.
We'll start the process tomorrow, advertising and getting all of that together.
Okay. Awesome. To my colleagues, is there any other informational items for this evening? All right, since we don't have any, do I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
This meeting's adjourned.
Some guy, I can't remember who it is.